Condensed Bat-Supe in 30 seconds. The following podcast features themes of racial and religious discrimination and political corruption. Listeners should be aware that some language used in the original broadcast includes slurs and prejudiced terms that were sadly common in the post-war era, but do not reflect our values today and are presented for historical context. While important to confront, this content may be upsetting. Listener discretion is advised.
The following is transcribed.
Welcome to Condensed Bat-Supe. Now with 66% fewer superheroes than our regular podcast, which makes Condensed Bat-Supe even less nutritious, but still just as delicious. We're featuring episodes of The Adventures of Superman without the caped crusaders. Tie on your capes for lots of dirty tricks, plenty of yellow journalism, and emotional manipulation galore. In this edition of Condensed Bat-Supe, we plow forward with Chapter 5 of George Latimer, Crooked Political Boss, as originally broadcast on September 9th, 1946.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Kellogg's Pep. Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents The Adventures of Superman. Today, Superman is faced with a serious situation involving the possible necessity of breaking the law in order to save the lives of two ex-GI victims of a bigoted political machine.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, with school starting, it won't be long before you fellows and girls will be going in for all kinds of school games and activities. And how are you going to show up at your best unless you eat a good breakfast? I mean, now's the time, more than ever, to pack a good bowl of Kellogg's Pep under your belt. Every single dish of Pep gives you solid whole wheat nourishment plus. And these crisp, delicate golden flakes of Pep taste so downright terrific that you want to eat hearty. They're so strictly delicious, they're fun to eat. And for an extra bonus of fun, just take a look inside your next package of Pep for your prize, your surprise prize, because you may find an exciting colored cardboard model of a fighting plane, easy and fun to assemble. There are 7 model planes you can collect. Or you may find one of 24 full-color bird pictures with a description to help you identify each of these birds when you see it. Or your Pep prize might be a bright-colored comic button picturing one of 18 famous characters straight out of the funnies to pin on your beanie cap or your jacket. Yes, all 3 kinds of Pep prizes are super. So ask Mom to get you Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, and look for your prize inside the package.
Now, The Adventures of Superman. Superman is face to face with the most difficult decision of his career. In the Metropolis Hospital, seriously wounded and near death, lies Joe Martin, war hero. In the state police jail is Sam Robbins, Joe's lifelong friend and war buddy, who is accused of shooting Joe during a GI demonstration at the state capitol. A demonstration against the governor, whom the veterans charge with practicing racial and religious discrimination in awarding state jobs. In his guise of Clark Kent, Superman has just learned that Joe Martin is asking for Sam, and that the doctor feels that Sam's presence at the bedside might save Joe's life. And so the Man of Steel has had to make a great decision, whether or not to violate the law and free Sam from jail. As we continue now, resolved to make one final effort on the side of law and order, Superman speaks to State Police Headquarters, where we find him pleading with Sergeant Adams. Listen.
I never asked a favor before, Sergeant, but I'm asking one now in the name of justice and humanity. Parole Sam Robbins in my custody for 1 hour. I'll promise to bring him back.
I can't do it, Superman. We're holding Robbins on an assault warrant. And if Joe Martin dies, Robbins will be held for murder.
You'll be holding an innocent man.
I don't think you know the details of this case.
I know all about it.
And you still think he's innocent?
I'm sure he is. And if you let me take him to the hospital now, I may be able to prove it.
How?
Joe Martin is partially out of his coma, and he's been calling for Sam. The doctor thinks Sam's presence might pull him through the crisis.
Well, if you put it that way.
That's the way it is. Besides, I promised to bring Sam back here within 1 hour. And have you ever heard of Superman breaking his word?
Oh, no, of course not. You've been of tremendous help to the police.
Then what do you say?
Okay.
Good boy, Sergeant.
Come on down to the cell block with me.
Right.
Come on, Hogan. Get that cell door open.
There's something wrong with the lock, Sergeant. I've been meaning to report it, but... drat it. Key broke off in the lock.
Oh, great. Now what do we do? It'll be an hour before we can get a locksmith here.
Just my luck.
Relax, Sam. I'll have you out in a jiffy. Mind if I bend a couple of these bars, Sergeant? I'll bend them back as soon as Sam steps out.
Bend the bars?
Well, yes. Quite simple. See?
Leaping mackerel. You break them iron bars like they was pudding.
Well, come on, Sam. Don't stand there with your mouth open. Move.
Sorry, that trick kind of floored me.
Me too.
Now I'll just bend these bars back like this.
Sakes alive, he did it again.
Okay, let's go, Sam.
Leaving State Police Headquarters, Superman picks Sam Robbins up in his arms. Then, up, and away! Leaping high into the air, the Man of Steel rockets across the great city to the Metropolis Hospital, where he sets Sam Robbins down and disappears. A few minutes later, once more in his guise and garb of Clark Kent, he noiselessly enters the room where Joe Martin lies. His voice weak and babbling, Joe speaks to Sam Robbins, who sits at the bedside, tears streaming unashamedly down his cheeks. Dr. Mitchell motions for Kent to approach. A nurse stands by alertly.
You're here, aren't you, Sam? You're here, beside me.
Sure, Joe. Sure, I'm right here.
Those Japs and those mortars. I thought you were going to get it that time.
Those nips get me? What's the matter with you, Joe? You know they haven't got our numbers.
No, I guess not. I guess...
He thinks we're back on Iwo Jima. We got cut off there on the beach, just the two of us. And some Jap mortars had us spotted and were heaving them over. Joe got hit in the leg and he couldn't run, so I had to go in after those Japs. Well, it wasn't anything.
Oh, no?
No. Joe thought sure I got it, and that's...
Sam!
Yeah, Joe, I'm here.
Oh, I'm sleepy. I think I'll take a nap. You'll stick around, won't you?
Yeah, sure. You go to sleep, kid. I'll be right here.
Yeah. Oh.
Doctor!
Doc! Hey. Joe's gone.
No, he's not. He's lost consciousness again, but as a matter of fact, his pulse is stronger than it was before.
Oh, you mean it, Doc? You're not kidding me.
Yes, I mean it. Your visit has helped him tremendously. I can't say for certain yet, but I really think he has a good chance to recover now.
Oh, that's wonderful, Doctor.
He better recover. He better. If he doesn't, I swear I'll get the guy who shot him. I swear I will if I have to come back from the grave to do it.
Easy, Sam, easy.
I'll have to ask you gentlemen to leave now. I'll take you to the door.
Okay. Come on, Sam.
I know, Mr. Kent. Back to jail.
Yes, but just for a little while.
Yeah, you hope.
As Clark Kent escorts Sam Robbins back to jail, then leaves to resume his search for the unknown person who shot Joe Martin, a much different scene is taking place in the governor's office at the State Capitol building. There, immaculately groomed, a fresh pink carnation in his buttonhole, big George Latimer, the state political boss, removes a cigar from his mouth and smiles at Governor Frank Wheeler.
What are you looking so worried about, Frank? Everything's going fine.
Fine. Are you kidding?
No, of course not.
Why, you must be. Have you forgotten that veterans demonstration here yesterday? Have you forgotten that one of the veterans, Joe Martin, was shot on the Capitol steps?
Of course I haven't forgotten. That's why I say everything's going fine.
I don't understand.
Look,
The veterans are a nuisance because they want jobs. We don't want to give them any.
You mean you don't? You handle the patrons.
All right, I don't. Because those jobs are for the party boys. Fellows who get the voters to the poll and get them to vote our way. Those are the fellows who got you elected governor, Frank.
I know. What are you driving at?
Just this. We don't have to worry anymore about the veterans putting up a stink. They fixed themselves yesterday.
Fixed themselves? How?
When Sam Robbins shot Joe Martin. You see, Robbins is a foreigner.
No, he isn't. He's an American citizen. He fought in the war. Even got a couple of decorations.
So what? He's a Jew, isn't he?
Well, yes, but...
To us, he's a foreigner. So are a lot of other veterans at that demonstration. Catholics and hunkies and Italians and Negroes. Dirty foreigners, all of them.
That's not true, George, and you know it.
Of course it's not true. Plenty of suckers believe it, and that's all we care about. So we show them a Jew who shoots his best friend who's a Protestant. That's the kind of guy who wants a state job for himself and for other foreigners like himself.
But Sam Robbins doesn't want a state job.
Plenty of newspapers who think our way, like the Daily Clarion, say Robbins does want a state job. And that he's the leader of these foreign veteran punks. That makes the job-hunting veterans look bad. We don't have to worry about them anymore. You get it?
Yes, I think I do. It's kind of dirty, George.
Dirty? No, it's just smart politics. Relax, Frank. All your troubles are over.
Yes? What is it, Briggs?
Excuse me, sir, but this telephone message just came from Mr. Latimer. Party said it was urgent.
Me? Let's have it, Briggs.
Here you are, sir. Will that be all?
Yes, thanks. Good Lord. No.
What is it, George?
Bad news, Frank. Bad news for me and for you.
His florid face paling, big George Latimer reads the message again, as if hoping his eyes deceived him. What is in the message? We'll be back in a moment to find out, so stand by.
Say, gang, isn't it swell to know that you can collect not just one prize, but 49 different top-notch prizes right in packages of Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine cereal? Sure, you'll find a prize in every package. And there are 3 different kinds of prizes you may find there. For instance, you may find one of 18 different comic strip buttons, each picturing a favorite comic strip character. Or you may find a colored cardboard model of a fighting plane, one of 7 exciting plane models in the series. Or you may get a beautiful full-color bird picture from a series of 24, each with a description so that you can make like you're a bird expert from way back. That makes 49 different prizes you can collect. And that's only a part of the fun in Kellogg's Pep. Think of the good eating fun in those crisp whole wheat flakes, all crammed with keen, catchy flavor. I mean, Pep's delicious, a prize in itself. Yes, sir, a dish of Pep the Sunshine cereal is strictly on the terrific side. So speak to Mom about it today. Ask her to get you a supply of Kellogg's Pep from the grocer first thing tomorrow. And remember, look for your prize inside each package of Pep.
Governor Wheeler's office in the state capitol. A message has just been delivered to big George Latimer, the state political boss. Latimer pales as he reads it.
This is bad news, Frank. Bad news for me and for you.
Well, what is it, George?
From the Metropolis Hospital. Told them to keep me posted on Joe Martin's condition. They say Martin has passed the crisis and should recover.
Well, that's fine. Why do you call it bad news?
You fool. Didn't I just tell you the only way we can get those veteran punks off our necks is by making them look bad?
Why, yes, but, well, they still look bad, don't they? Robbins shot Martin, and even if Martin recovers...
You say Robbins didn't shoot him.
But I thought you said you saw him pull a gun and it was found in his house.
So what?
Wait a minute, Ed. Do you mean you didn't see him pull a gun?
What's the difference whether I saw him or not? I said so, didn't I? Everybody believed it. It's bad, Frank. We've got to do something. Do it fast.
But quiet.
Got to think. Yeah. I've got it. Get Briggs in here. Hurry.
His pale, malicious eyes gleaming, big George Latimer paces the governor's office as he formulates a swift and evil plan to strike against decency. What does he intend to do? And how will it affect our friends? Tomorrow's episode is tense with action and excitement, gang, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Hey, gang, here's a winner in your list of famous names. It's Kellogg, the greatest name in cereals. Kellogg, as in Kellogg's shredded wheat. What a treat for breakfast. Plump, tender biscuits of whole wheat, toasted just right. Full of natural nut-sweet flavor, too. And are they crisp? And here's what else you get in Kellogg's shredded wheat. Grand whole wheat nutrition. Biscuits made to fit the bowl. And 15 biscuits in every package. Tell Mom you'd like Kellogg's shredded wheat. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
And now, faster than a speeding bullet, Condensed Bat-Supe proudly presents Chapter 6 of George Latimer, Crooked Political Boss, which was originally broadcast on September 10th, 1946.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Today, while the Man of Steel proceeds toward proving Sam Robbins' innocence, crooked political boss Big George Latimer learns to his unhappy amazement that Joe Martin may recover.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal Dan McCullough. Say, which would you rather collect? Model airplanes, full-color pictures of birds, or comic buttons to pin on your jacket or your beanie cap? Well, you don't have to choose between them. No, sir. From now on, you can collect all three kinds of those swell prizes. Because right in your next package of Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, you'll find either a colored cardboard model of a famous fighting plane, one of 7 in the great Pep Air Fleet, or you'll find one of 24 beautiful color pictures of birds with a full description so you can identify these birds anywhere. Or you'll find one of a grand series of 18 colored comic buttons with characters straight out of the funnies. There's one or the other of these keen prizes in every package of Pep. Just as if Pep's golden crispness and sunny flavor weren't a prize all by themselves. Why, Pep's so strictly terrific tasting that a bowl of those crunchy golden whole wheat flakes makes breakfast a regular fun feast. You get that catchy Pep flavor, and bingo, your spoon just naturally dips down on your dish for more. So for an all-round prize breakfast dish, ask Mom to get you a supply of Kellogg's Pep first thing tomorrow.
Now, the adventures of Superman. Sam Robbins, a war veteran, has been accused of shooting Joe Martin, another veteran and his best friend, during a GI demonstration against Governor Wheeler, whom the veterans charge with practicing racial and religious discrimination in awarding state jobs. Although strong circumstantial evidence has been produced against Sam, Clark Kent believes he is the victim of a sinister plot by persons as yet unknown. Big George Latimer, the state political boss, who had first directed suspicion against Sam, became concerned when he learned that Joe Martin might recover and deny that Sam Robbins had shot him. And so, as we continue now, Lippy Williams, police reporter for the Metropolis Clarion, a sensational scandal newspaper, has arrived at the governor's office in response to an urgent summons from Latimer. As Governor Wheeler fidgets nervously in his chair, Big George Latimer addresses Williams. Listen.
I'll get this, Lippy. Here's the line I want you to take in the Clarion. Let's play it for all it's worth. Sam Robbins, a veteran, shot Joe Martin, another veteran, because he wanted to make trouble for the governor.
Now, wait a minute,
You
Joe.
stay out of this, please, Frank. I know what I'm doing. You follow me, Lippy?
Yeah, you said Robbins shot Martin to make trouble for the governor, but I don't get it.
Robbins figured the state troopers, whom the governor ordered to disperse the GIs, would be blamed for the shooting. It took place while the troopers were firing over the men's heads. So the rap would be pinned on Frank here, the governor. See?
Sure, I see that, but why should Robbins want to make trouble for Governor Wheeler?
Because Robbins is a foreigner. And that's what the foreigners want. To stir up a lot of trouble and then start a revolution to change the government.
Oh, you know that isn't true, Joe.
Will you stay out of this, Frank? Of course it isn't true. But if we make enough people believe it...
Just a minute, Mr. Latimer. You said Sam Robbins was a foreigner, but you're wrong. He was born right here in Metropolis.
So what? He's a Jew, isn't he?
Sure, but that's only his religion. That doesn't make him a foreigner.
That's what I've been trying to tell George.
What's the matter with you two? Where are your brains?
Now, look, George, I have several Jewish
Shut up.
friends.
Lippy, you're doing all right on the Clarion, aren't you?
Me? Sure, I'm doing swell. Some of the boys at the newspaper club look the other way when I come in because they don't like the smell of the Clarion, but I don't care. I make more dough than most of them.
And you want to go on making that dough, don't you?
What are you driving at, Mr. Latimer?
Just this. I have a great deal of influence at the Clarion.
Sure, I know you have.
And if I wanted to have you fired tomorrow, I could.
I guess you could. So what?
So I'm just reminding you that you're here to listen to me. Not to put up any argument.
Okay by me, Mr. Latimer. It's no skin off me what you say about the Jews or anybody else. I was just pointing out the facts.
Never mind the facts. I say the Jews are foreigners. And so are the Catholics and the Negroes. Everybody else who isn't a native-born white Protestant. That clear?
You sound like those guys who run around in sheets and hoods, but like I say, it's no skin off me. Only, what's the reason for all this, Mr. Latimer?
He wants to smear the veterans who are applying for state jobs by claiming they're led by what he calls foreigners.
That's right. By fellows like Sam Robbins, who shoot their best friend to get what they want.
Oh, so that's the gimmick. You want to get these job-hunting veterans off your neck so you can go on passing out all the soft jobs to your boys.
That's none of your business, Lippy.
Oh, that's why
That's enough.
Hmm? Oh, the governor isn't in on that, huh?
I'm not in on what? Look here. What are you two hiding from me?
Nothing, Frank.
I don't believe it. You admitted to me that you didn't see Sam Robbins pull a gun during the demonstration last night. But you told the police he did. And now Robbins is in jail. If Martin dies, Robbins will be tried for murder.
That's just the trouble. Martin may pull through and say Robbins didn't shoot him. That's why I want the Clarion to go to town on this story. I want Robbins so dirtied up and all the other foreigners with him that even if Joe Martin does recover and says Robbins didn't shoot him, nobody will believe him.
Now, wait.
I get it. You want Robbins tried on the front page of the Clarion and condemned before Joe Martin can get into the witness box and clear him.
Now you're using your head.
I refuse to be a party to a rotten deal like that. You listen to me, George Latimer. You may have been instrumental in having me elected governor.
May have been.
All right, your political machine did elect
I
me.
elected you. And I can break you. Don't forget that.
What do you mean?
Just try stepping on my toes, and you'll find out what I mean. Okay, Lippy. Get going. I want a story on the first page of the Clarion that'll set this state on its ears.
I'll give it to you if it's okay with my boss.
Don't worry about your boss. He'll do what I say.
I'm on my way. So long, fellas.
Come into my office, Kent. I want to talk to you.
Okay, Chief.
Did you see the latest edition of the Clarion?
No, I didn't. I've been too busy. What now?
No, here. Read it.
Thanks. Joe Martin shooting a foreign plot. Radical veterans led by Sam Robbins scheme to force resignation of courageous Governor Wheeler. Well, of all the...
Go ahead. Go ahead, say it. Of all the dirty, lying, yellow journalism, this takes the cake.
Yes, it certainly does. Well, great Scott, Chief. Calling Sam a foreigner, implying he shot Joe Martin as part of a foreign plot against our government, that'll stir up public opinion against Sam.
And against all the other veterans who want state jobs.
There's more to it than that, Chief.
What do you mean?
Well, in the first place, the Clarion is practicing an old and rotten strategy. To try an accused man in the press before his trial in court comes up, so that the public and prospective jurors are prejudiced.
I see what you mean.
Yes, and also, this looks to me like a deliberate attempt to fan the flames of religious and racial hatred. Clarion makes a great point here, the fact that Sam Robbins is a Jew and Joe Martin a Protestant.
No, I think that's only incidental.
No, I don't. Matter of fact, I think that... Great Scott.
Well, what now?
I just remembered something. Something that may be very important.
What?
Look, Chief, I was supposed to meet Ben Thompson, the lawyer we hired to defend Sam Robbins, at State Police Headquarters.
Yes?
Please call him, will you, and tell him I'll be late. As a matter of fact, I may not be there at all.
Well, why not? No, wait a minute. Where are you going?
The Clarion just gave me a lead. It may clean up this whole dirty mess before any more harm is done.
But wait.
So long, Chief. I'll see you later.
Leaving Editor Perry White shouting after him, Clark Kent hurries through the Daily Planet city room to the elevators. What is the important clue he says he has just found? We'll return in a moment for the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
Say, gang, from me to you, here's a tip. Whatever you do, give yourself plenty of time in the morning for breakfast so you don't have to rush eating your Kellogg's Pep. Why, it's so good that you want to get the full golden toasted flavor in every spoonful. Yes, sir, you don't want to skip one bit of fun of eating those crisp, catchy flakes of whole wheat. So tomorrow morning, just hitch up your chair and settle down to some mighty smooth eating with Pep, the Sunshine cereal. Is it delicate and light? Does it taste terrific? And you get a swell surprise when you see the nifty prize in each Pep package. A real surprise of a prize. Could be you'll find a model fighting plane in colored cardboard, one of 7 great Pep planes you can collect. Or it could be you'll find one of 24 new full-color bird pictures with a description on the reverse side so you can identify these birds in the air. Or could be your next Pep prize will be one of 18 bright-colored comic buttons sporting a famous comic strip character like Orphan Annie or Moon Mullins or Superman himself. So start collecting all 3 kinds of those keen Pep prizes. Ask Mom to get you a supply of Kellogg's Pep from the grocer tomorrow.
In an American Legion post not far from the Daily Planet building, 100 recently returned veterans of World War II are holding an angry meeting. Most of them had participated in the protest demonstration at the state capitol the preceding night. Now 2 of them, Eddie Kane and Bob Sloan, are on the platform. Kane holds a copy of the Metropolis Clarion aloft as he addresses his fellows.
What's cooking now, Eddie?
You all saw what the Clarion says about Sam Robbins and about us, didn't you? The Clarion says Sam is a foreigner. And it says most of us who were at the Capitol last night are foreigners.
Suicide! I hope that story was right here at home when Sam and the rest of us were doing his fighting.
Are we going to let them say this about us?
No!
Are we going to let them railroad Sam to the chair when we all know he didn't shoot Joe Martin? All you guys feel that way about it?
Yeah!
Okay. What are we going to do about it?
We'll do plenty.
You said it!
Same thing the GIs did in Tennessee when those dirty politicians down there tried to push them around.
Now you're talking! Wait a minute, fellas. Wait a minute. I guess we all feel the same way about this. So I move we march down to the state police barracks, all of us, and take Sam out of jail. Leaping from their chairs, the veterans fall into columns of 4, march out of the Legion post behind Eddie Kane and Bob Sloan, and head for the barracks of the state police. Marching proudly, fully 100 grim-faced veterans march on toward the jail. And as they march, a flash of what is afoot comes over the teletype in the state capitol building and is immediately rushed to the office of Governor Wheeler, who reads it and pales. Quickly, he reaches for his telephone, dials the private number of big George Latimer.
George, the veterans are marching on the state police barracks.
What?
Yes, I got the flash on the teletype from headquarters. They must be going to release Sam Robbins. What'll I do, George? What'll I do?
Do? Why, nothing, of course.
Nothing? What do you mean? There'll be a riot. Men will be killed.
Sure they will. That's fine.
Fine? George, are you crazy?
Not at all. This is going to work out even better than I expected.
What?
That Clarion story must have done the trick.
But George...
Listen, Frank. Use your head. The veterans are taking the law into their own hands. That proves what we said in the Clarion. That they're hotheads. Led by foreigners who want to make trouble.
Oh, you mean...
I mean that after tonight we'll never have to worry about these veteran punks again. Or about Sam Robbins either. This is wonderful, Frank. Wonderful.
Chuckling, big George Latimer, state political boss and man of hate, assures Governor Wheeler that the veterans who want only justice are cooking their own goose. And cooking it better than Latimer could ever cook it for them. What will happen at the state police barracks while Clark Kent, unaware of this latest and dangerous development, pursues a newly found clue which he hopes will clear Sam Robbins? Tomorrow's episode is swift and exciting, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Comic Magazine and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Say, gang, I know you know loads of famous names, so you're sure to know Kellogg, the greatest name in cereals. But do you know that swell breakfast treat, Kellogg Shredded Wheat? It's delicious. You see, Kellogg picks out finest whole wheat, toasts it to natural nut-sweet goodness. Kellogg packs 15, 15 tender plump biscuits in every package. And Kellogg sees to it that you get the grand nutrition of whole wheat in biscuits made to fit the bowl. Ask Mom to get you some Kellogg shredded wheat. And be sure to be with us tomorrow for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
It's time for a Condensed Bat-Supe Extra Helping, because sometimes heroes get a little lippy. Neighborhood butchers have found themselves at the mercy of a protection racket, and they've pooled their resources to hire a wisecracking private eye to put a stop to it. But will he be able to pull it off when the stakes get high? Find out in Butchers and Protection Racket from Richard Diamond, Private Detective, as originally broadcast on January 7th, 1950.
Here's Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
Yep, door's open.
Mr. Diamond.
Well, Angelino, come in.
I didn't know whether you were busy or not.
If you didn't hear the drums, you know I'm not busy.
Drums, Mr. Diamond?
Well, it's sort of a ritual, Angie. Every time I get a paying client, my landlord offers up his thanks to the goddess of joy. Plays an old bongo and turns on the heat as a kind of sacrifice.
I see.
Oh, no, you don't. You're too normal. What's the trouble, Angelino? The pig's knuckles in your butcher shop got arthritis?
You always with the kidding, Mr. Diamond.
Yeah, that's the kind of a hairpin I am.
Hairpin?
Angie, you got something on your mind. Forget my little asides and let's have it.
I got the big problem, Mr. Diamond.
Oh, you mean something's wrong and you can't pay me to take care of it?
Oh, no, I can pay.
Oh, well, then you haven't got a problem. You slip me the cash and I'll move in on your worries.
Well, you see, it's like this. I come to you as a sort of representative for all the other butcher shops, the independent ones. I ain't the only one that's worried. So all the butchers got together last night and decided to do something about it.
I hate to be a nag, but do something about what?
We all been paying money to a protective association.
Oh?
Yeah, every week a couple of guys come around and collect. If we don't pay, we get our shops busted up. And if that ain't enough, we get our heads busted too. See, I still got 3 stitches right here on the top of my head.
Wow, nice job. What'd the doctor use, a loom?
I got it this last week when those 2 guys come for the money. I couldn't pay, so one of them hit me with a blackjack.
You're lucky you didn't use one of your salamis. Might have been a job for homicide.
He knocked me out when I come to. My shop was a mess. And there was a note saying that they'd be back.
Well, you better go to the law, Angelino. They'll give you good protection and won't cost you a thing.
We discussed that at the meeting, but we decided it was too dangerous. We've been warned that if we go to the police, we'll get hurt bad. We got the families, Mr. Diamond. We can't take the chance.
Yeah. Tell me, have these 2 Garniffs been back to see you?
Garniffs?
Oh, Angie, you're going to be a lot of trouble. Garniffs, hoods.
Hoods?
Gangsters, bad little boys.
Oh, no, they ain't been back. Not yet.
Well, for you or Rockefeller, my fee's the same, Angelino. $100 a day in expenses.
We took up a collection. I only got $100.
Oh. Why does this always happen to me? I'm going to end up making Simon Legree look like Snow White. You only got 100, huh?
Yeah, but we thought of something. If it costs more, you can take it out in trade at any of the butcher shops.
Well, it's liable to run into a lot of ham hocks.
It's the only way we can pay you.
So I'll throw a barbecue. Let's go, Angelino.
Where do we go?
Well, you and the rest of the butchers have not only hired yourselves a private detective, but you've got a new addition in the Butchers' Union.
You mean you...
Yeah. Come on. I want you to show me how to carve a lox. Well, that's what happens when your reputation gets around to the butcher shops. I'd been buying cold cuts from Giuseppe Angelino for the past 2 years and telling him what a great detective I was. I should have known he'd never take my word for it, so now I had to prove it. His shop was over on 10th Avenue, so we walked over and went in. He took me around behind the counter and handed me a white apron.
I don't get it. Why you want to be a butcher?
Well, Angie, you want me to get a line on these 2 guys who do the collecting, don't you?
Sure.
Well, I can only think of 2 ways I could watch them and not look suspicious. Make like a butcher or crawl in with the ground round?
Huh?
Think what would happen if someone looked down for the price of ground round and caught it staring back at them.
Oh, that's a good one. That's pretty good.
Oh, now, come on, Angie. It wasn't that funny.
You got my $100, ain't you? It's a riot.
Yeah. Well, come on. Let's show me what happens with this butcher racket.
Customer. I'll show you later.
Oh, nothing like learning fast. Let me handle the sale.
Think you can?
Here she comes.
Good morning, Mrs. Hennessy.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Angelino. Business must be good. I see you have a new butcher.
Yes. This is a Mr.
Hangtooth.
Hangtooth?
Hangtooth?
Good morning, Mrs. Hennessy. Something I can do for you?
Oh. Yes. How much is the lamb shoulder today?
Yes. Which one?
What?
Look, maybe you better let me take...
Relax, Angie. I'll make it. Which shoulder would you like, Mrs. Hennessy?
Well, is there any difference, young man?
Oh, yes. You see, this lamb is really a ram.
A ram?
Oh, sure. You hurt his shoulder playing against the Eagles 2 weeks ago. We're also selling his shoulder pads at 21 cents a pound.
Mr. Angelino.
You'll find him hanging in the back with the spare ribs. Now, if you can tell me which shoulder you want, I'll wrap it up and send it off tackled between the liver and the knishes.
Well, I never...
Well, of course you haven't. That's the trouble with you people. Now, here's a nice little ram that played his heart out. Oh, by the way, the heart is a special today, 11 cents a pound. Angie.
Is she gone?
Like a laundry in a tornado.
What for do you want to do that, Mr. Diamond? She was one of my best customers.
I wanted to get her out of here, and I wanted to get her out in a hurry.
But why do you have to do it like that? Not a lamb, a ram. Which shoulder do you want, Miss Hennessy?
Look, Angie, I'm sorry, but you can explain it to her later. Just as she came in, I spotted 2 guys heading this way. When they saw her, they backed off. They're standing across the street right now.
Where?
Right over there, in front of the cigar store.
Hey, one of them has got a hatchet.
No, not that one. You're looking at the Indian. Over there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's them. That's the 2 guys who hit me on the head. They're the ones who come around to do the collecting.
Well, they're coming again. You better duck. I'll take care of it.
You be careful. They're pretty rough monkeys.
Go on, now, beat it. They're almost here.
Yeah. I'll be in the back.
One meatball, I got you under my skin. Well, good morning, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
Where's Angelino?
Oh, well, he's out buying some old buffalo. I'm the new assistant.
Buffalo?
Red, shut up. And get your hand out of the pickles. All right, now tell me, new assistant, when'll he be back?
Well, that's hard to say. These buffalo are in Wyoming.
Oh, yeah. Carl, I think this guy's trying to be funny.
You win yourself a lamb chop. All you have it, with or without the bloomers.
You know something, Red? I think you're right. What's your name, laughing boy?
Hangtooth.
Hangtooth?
Oh, I'm going to have more fun with that. It throws everybody.
Well, look, Hangtooth. You know who we are.
How many guesses?
You won't even need one. We're in a hurry. We're collectors.
We put all the scraps out in the back in a can. You can't miss it.
I don't like you.
Well, I have a friend. Maybe we could double date.
Look, let's stop the clowning. If Angelina didn't tell you about us, it's going to be too bad for you. We're here for some money. We get it every week. $25.
Yeah. Last week, Angelino didn't have it, so he accidentally hit his head. We figured that all that blood would make him remember it this week.
Well, I'm sorry, friend, but Angie didn't say anything about it. Tell me, what does he pay you boys for?
Oh, little things. Protection, mostly. You see, if he paid us last week, he wouldn't have hit his head.
You know something? I know a big fat cop who would just love to hear all about this protection Angie's paying you for.
You do, huh?
Yeah, I do, huh?
Well, look, seeing as how you're a new boy around here, maybe we ought to tell you first.
Why don't you do that?
Let's go on the back.
I like it here. I listen better.
You do, huh?
Is that all you guys can say? Now get out from behind that counter.
Oh, I want to explain the thing to you.
Yeah, go on, Red. Explain it to Mr. Hagtooth.
Hangtooth.
You'll have to pardon him. He don't hear so well. How's your hearing, Hangtooth?
Depends on what I'm listening to. If it's dull, I might end up with an ear trumpet.
You might end up with one whether it's dull or not. Now, seeing as how you're working for Angelino, you're going to need protection, too. So let's have the $25.
I want to know what I'm buying.
Sure. Here.
Oh, now, don't you know it isn't nice to go around breaking up showcases, and especially with that nasty old sap?
Well, you never know when things are going to get busted, see? Now, don't you think you need protection, Mr. Hangtooth?
Tell you what I'll do. I'll pay you for protection if you'll pay me.
Pay you? For what?
Well, you never know when things are going to get busted. Like your jaw, maybe. Why, you...
Hey, Carl, help me.
Yeah, sure I'll help. This looks like my head breaking day.
Got his legs.
All right, hold him. I'll tap him good.
Give it to him again.
Oh, he's a rough one, ain't he?
Yeah. Kick me in the mouth, will you?
Hey, Red. Let me try that, huh? Hangtooth turns such a pretty color when you kick him like that.
He's out. You think he gets the idea?
Maybe not right now, but when he wakes up, he's going to have a sore head to remind him. Come on, we'll come back for Angelino later.
Well, you can't really blame brave little old me for going to sleep at that point. One I could have handled, but in that cramped space behind the counter with both of them coming from different directions, I had to give up sooner or later. And I did for about 20 minutes. When I finally snapped out of it, I looked up and saw 3 heads staring down at me. 2 herring with Angelino in the middle.
You all right, Mr. Diamond?
Oh, Angie, do you always ask people that right after they've lost their blood?
Here, let me help you get up.
Oh, swell. Now, look for my eyes, will you?
I didn't know what to do. I guess I should have called the police.
Oh, why, Angie, you're really beginning to think for a change. Oh, let me sit down.
But when I thought about calling the police, I also thought about my family. Those 2 men might have beat up my family just like this.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You take the $100, Mr. Diamond, and forget about this. It's too dangerous. When they come back, I'll pay them the money and nobody gets hurt.
Look, I can understand why you're scared, Angie. Those 2 headhunters aren't kidding, but you can't let them get away with it.
I can, and I will. I ain't taking no more chances. First, they bust up my shop, then they bust... No, thanks. I've had enough.
Okay, Angie. Here's the 100.
No, that's yours.
And then say it's a present. Buy yourself some new glass for the counter.
What are you going to do?
Well, now I got no obligation, Angelino. Just a sore face and a nasty disposition. I won't get back to normal until I find those 2 guys and tie their necks in a bow. I left Angelino's shop and headed for the 5th Precinct Police Station. I wanted to look up 2 sure bets for the police gallery. One named Carl, the other Red. 2 guys who went around scaring poor little businessmen like Angelino. By the time I reached the station, the aches from the beating were making me very unhappy, and when I walked into the squad room, I spotted something that didn't make things any better.
Yeah, what do you... Holy cow, Diamond.
Well, Otis, I'm glad you noticed. It means I put myself together all right. What's the matter with your voice?
I got a cold.
Sounds like you swallowed a rattlesnake.
Yeah? Well, what happened to you?
Oh, don't be silly. I always bleed just before lunch.
Yeah, how'd it happen?
It wasn't easy. Is the lieutenant in?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks. Say, Otis, when are you going to start shaving in the morning?
Why? What's wrong?
Your 5 o'clock shadow is 4 hours fast.
Oh.
Hello, Walt.
Now you listen to me. Wow.
You like it?
What hit you?
Wait till the bruises show up. I come on in Technicolor.
Someone sure did a good job.
And that someone is 2 guys. One named Red and the other Carl.
Red, then Carl.
Yeah. I got closest to Red. Name matches the hair, busted nose, about 190, and very nasty with a sap.
And Carl?
Dark greasy. Well-dressed if you like the type. Big boy with a scar under his right eye.
You sure pick 'em.
You know them?
Yeah, I think so. Here's one of them.
Let's see. Yeah, you are so right. This is sweet little Carl, all right.
Carl Tate, sort of a new boy, import from Chicago. Here's the other one.
Yeah? Yeah, that's Red.
They work together, a couple of muscle men.
Red Dillon. Arrests all over the place. One conviction, assault with a deadly weapon.
What'd they go after you for?
They've been pulling a protection racket on some of the independent butcher shops. Who do they work for?
They used to work for Jack Arnold before he got sent up.
Well, I know they're not working this setup alone. It's too big.
No, they wouldn't be. Hey, Tiny Easter's in town.
Tiny Easter? Oh, used to be Arnold's right-hand boy.
That's right. Came in about a month ago. I'd love to get something on him. Nobody has ever been able to nail him.
Well, it adds up. He used to work for Arno, so did Carl Tate and Red Dillon.
Now, if we can't pick him up just because two of his boys worked you over, I just say they weren't his boys.
I don't want him picked up. I want Carl and Red. If Easter goes along with the deal, you can have him.
And what are you going to do?
Get cleaned up and pay Mr. Tiny Easter a visit. What's his address?
Well, he's got an office on East 48th Street, 804.
Thanks, Walt.
Tiny's a bad boy.
Well, I'll take along my 38 just in case I have to spank him. Bye. I left Walt and went back to my office. Took a clean shirt out of the closet and washed up. I locked up again, went down to the street, grabbed a cab. 20 minutes later, I was standing in the reception room of Tiny Easter's office. A big guy with a bulge under his arm was trying to be as unreceptive as possible.
So you want to see Easter? You got an appointment?
No, I haven't got an appointment. Now tell Easter I'm out here.
What's your name?
You're going to get hung up on this.
What do you mean?
The name's Hangtooth.
Huh?
Yeah, you see? Now make like an office boy and tell Easter I got a message for him from Carl and Red.
You're a pretty fresh guy, ain't you?
Yeah, and I'm going to spoil if I have to stand around much longer.
You can spoil rotten for all I care. You ain't going to see Easter. He's busy.
Okay. You know, you get so excited you'll ruin your stomach someday.
I don't think so.
You don't, huh? Skeptic.
What do you want?
I'm collecting scalps.
Well, good for you. How'd you get by Lefty?
He's tied up with a stomach ache. Swallowed a fist.
All right, so you got muscles. Also, you got a pushed-in face. Lefty do that?
Carl Tate and his blood brother Red.
Oh? What'd you come to me for?
They're working for you, aren't they?
You smell like a cop.
Name's Hangtooth.
I doubt it.
Good for you. I'd hate to go through that again. I'm a private cop.
Why, not good for you.
I was in a butcher shop when your two boys wandered in and started playing squash with me. I don't like to get pushed around, Easter. And I don't like your racket. I want Carl and Red. And if I get you along with them, the state will hang a medal on me.
Looks like you kind of got nothing to lose.
Look at it any way you like. Now, what about your two playmates?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Shamus. I never heard of those two guys.
I don't think you understand, Tiny. I'm pretty mad. I'm going to find these two guys, and I'm going to do it even if I have to be unpleasant with you.
Why, Mr. Hangtooth, what do you mean by unpleasant?
You break a leg, that's unpleasant.
Oh? Well, I got something in this drawer might change your mind.
Yeah?
Oh, my hand.
Okay, a busted hand. Unpleasant enough?
Take your foot away. You're breaking it in two.
Drop the gun in the drawer. Okay. Now, let me explain it again. If you go out and shoot 12 people tomorrow, I'm going to be sore about it. But when you start intimidating a bunch of hard-working little guys and their families, I go off like a skyrocket. Then when a couple of your cheap gunsels push me around, I explode.
Look, friend, I tell you, I don't know these guys.
Look, Easter, please believe me.
I don't know.
You worked with him in Chicago. I'm telling you the truth, Easter. I'll work you over like an eggplant in a subway.
Look, whatever your name is, I got boys. They'll take care of you.
Who's going to tell them to do it?
I am.
With your mouth swollen shut? Now, where do I find Carl and Red?
Golly, you knocked one of my teeth loose.
Then I got 31 to go. I guess you really don't understand.
Yeah, friend, I understand.
Now, where are they? You still need some encouragement?
No, that's all right. They're in a warehouse by the 14th Street docks.
What warehouse?
Rogers and Sons, big sign on the top.
Mind if I use your phone?
Yeah, go ahead, by all means.
Don't you know it's not polite to listen, Easter?
Well, what do you want me to do?
Go to sleep.
Homicide, Lieutenant Levinson.
Walt, Rick, I'm up at Easter's.
He let you use the phone?
Yeah, he's asleep. I'm going down to Rogers' warehouse near the 14th Street docks. Carl and Red are down there. May need some help.
I'll be right down.
You better hop down here to Easter's and pick him up first.
On what charge?
I'll give you a charge after I see Red and Carl. Now step on it.
But.
Contact. I left Easter's office looking like a second-class rest home and headed for the warehouse on 14th Street. It was getting late in the afternoon when my cab pulled up near the river and I got out. The cold breeze was kicking up little patches of white on the water, and a light fog was moving in from the Atlantic as I started toward a big building with a sign on the top that read, Rogers & Sons, Importing. The place was boarded up, but a window in the basement showed signs of recent use, so I jimmied it open and dropped down on the dark, cold pavement. I held my breath and listened. There was a radio playing from somewhere in the front of the building, so I started moving toward it. I went up a flight of stairs and onto the first floor. The radio was louder now, and I could make out an office door with a small light shining under the crack at the bottom. I moved up close and listened.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah?
Shut off the radio.
Okay.
What do we have to hide out in here for?
Because Easter said to. Besides, we don't know who that guy was we worked over this morning. He might have been a cop.
So he was a cop. We worked cops over before.
Look, Easter said we should stay undercover for a few days, so we stay undercover. All right, now deal the cards.
Oh.
Off that top.
Get it? That's probably Easter.
Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. What? He did, huh? Hey, what's the matter? Boss!
What's going on?
I don't know. That was Easter. The guy we worked over was in his office, pushed him around, and now that guy's headed down here.
We can handle him.
Sure, but something's wrong. Just as Easter was going to say what to do, it sounded like he got into a fight. I heard some guy tell him to drop the phone.
Hey, the cops.
Yeah. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, boys.
Hangtooth.
Hagtooth. Come back here, Carl.
Help me.
You shouldn't have pulled a gun, Red.
Since when do you butchers carry rods?
Since we get pushed around by guys like you. I'm going to go get your friend.
You can't leave me. I'm shot bad.
I can't take it back. The law will be here in a minute.
You're a lousy butcher. I hope Carl pays you good.
I'll see he gets a chance to try. I left Red lying on his face and ran toward the front of the building. The only way out was that window in the back, and Carl was sure to be hiding somewhere in the dark, hoping to get around me and head for the basement. There were a dozen places to hide in that warehouse, but I had one advantage. He couldn't see me any better than I could see him. I backed up against the wall. Come on, Carl. Red's hurt pretty bad. The law's on the way. You got to get me to get out of here. He was behind a pile of packing cases and had a big gun just to make things tougher. I eased along the wall, trying to get behind him when I suddenly bumped into something. I turned around and felt to see what it was. A ladder, straight up to the steel beams overhead. I put my gun under my arm and started up the rungs. It was tough climbing like that, trying not to make a sound and knowing all the time if he spotted me, I was an easy target. About halfway up, I stopped, held on with one hand, took off my shoe with the other. The idea was to drop the shoe, draw his fire, and nail him before he found out where I was. I dropped the shoe.
Okay, only take it easy. I can't see nothing, Lieutenant.
You can't say nothing either. Shut up. You sound awful.
Oh.
Rick.
Walt? I hear him, Lieutenant. Hey.
Huh?
Here's some guy that's been shot.
Now, Diamond's been around here, all right. Rick!
Here, Walt. Up here.
What? Where the devil are you?
Up here on this ladder.
There he is, Lieutenant. See, where my flash is.
Now, what are you doing up there?
I had to get Carl Tate. He's over there behind those crates. Now get me down.
Well, why don't you climb down?
Whoa! Not in front of Otis.
Oh, I forgot. Otis, go outside and call the fire department.
Fire department?
Yes, and tell them to bring a net.
What?
Will you get a move on?
Oh, okay.
Rick.
Yeah?
Now you stop that! Oh, okay. But it's so seldom that I ever get a good laugh at your expense.
Okay. But you know this is a serious thing with me. How far up am I?
I'd say about 40 feet.
Oh.
Now, take it easy. Just don't look down.
Walt,
Yeah?
promise me something?
I won't tell Otis. I'll say you got stuck up there.
Thanks.
What did you go up there for, anyway?
I told you. I had to get Carl Tate. I just didn't think until I was up.
Imagine the guy who shoots it out with two of the toughest torpedoes in town having a horrible fear of heights. Boy, if that isn't one for the books. You know, I'll never forget the time that little blonde trapeze artist got stuck.
Walt,
Yeah?
I hate you.
Rick, how's your face?
Fine. How's yours?
Now you stop that.
Oh, nice and soft.
Rick,
What's the matter? I'm just nuzzling a little.
you're just nuzzling a lot. You want to nuzzle? You got to sing.
Oh, no.
No nuzzling.
Oh, yeah.
No sing, no nuzzle.
Fiend.
Piker,
Just a real nuzzle.
I think you're after my earrings. No.
If I sing,
Yes.
I was ready.
I was listening.
I will remember you in the silent and lonely night, and the memory of your smile will bring me back the light. I will remember you when the leaves lie upon the ground, with the memory of a kiss in summer found. When the winds of winter come crying through the darkness, your lovely voice will come to me. Even though in spirit across the miles that part us, crying I love you, I will remember you till the spring of another year, till I hold you close again. I will remember. Okay? Come here.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, now what?
I just remembered. I got a surprise for you.
Yeah?
Got a new television set. Now you can watch the fights.
Well, great. Where is it?
In the den. But first you've got to do one thing for me.
What's that?
Well, the reception isn't very good yet. I called the repairman, but he said to check the aerial. He can't come over until tomorrow.
I'll fix it. Where is it?
On the roof.
The roof?
But be careful. You've got to climb a ladder to get to it. What's the matter?
Look, Helen, wouldn't you rather...
Fix the aerial first.
First?
First.
Oh.
Whom are you calling?
Hello, operator. Give me the fire department.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg, Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Nestor Paiva, Paul Frees, and David Ellis. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written and directed by Blake Edwards. Portions were transcribed. Dick Powell soon will be seen in the screen version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Now, this is Eddie King with an important reminder. Richard Diamond will next be heard on Sundays 1 week from tomorrow. Remember, Richard Diamond, starring Dick Powell, will next be heard on Sundays beginning January 15th. Consult your local paper for time of broadcast. What's on NBC tomorrow? The hilarious Phil Harris Alice Faye Show. And for mystery, Sam Spade, directly following Phil and Alice. Next, Hollywood Star Theater with Dorothy Lamour on NBC.
Well, that'll wrap up this episode of Condensed Bat-Supe, featuring 2 more chapters of George Latimer, crooked political boss from The Adventures of Superman. Thank you for listening. Be sure to tell your friends to subscribe to Bat-Supe on their favorite podcatcher. But we can also be found on YouTube and Facebook. We'll see you next time for another exciting edition of Condensed Bat-Supe as we bring you more of George Latimer, crooked political boss, and another fine extra helping. Until then, up, and
Truth is stranger than fiction. And this is the proof. This is Ripley's Believe It or Not.
To Mrs. A.A. Bile of South Africa, a once-in-a-lifetime coincidence happened during World War II. Mrs. Bile baked 150 cakes for a detachment of troops stationed in Europe. After she'd finished her baking, she noticed that her wedding ring was missing and concluded it was lost in one of her just-baked cakes. Mrs. Bile sent the cakes off with a note in each, asking for her ring if it were found. The ring was found by Sergeant Ronnie Vile, her own son. Believe it or not.